Hello, I am Flash Isaac, and you are welcome to Flash Learners. Today, I shall be taking you through the NECO English language past and likely questions with detailed explanation. I promise to make this class as simple as possible and as interesting as possible. To get the best out of this class, I recommend that you get the Flash Learners WAEC application. It is true that NECO doesn't really prepare you for their examination. However, the question sets are WAEC standard. So getting the application will really be of help to you. Get it on Google Play Store, Flash Learners WAEC, or visit flashlearners.com to install it. If you are watching this video on YouTube, I've shared the links to the application below for both your phone and your laptop. The second thing you need to do well in NECO is the Flash Learners YouTube channel. This class will cover likely questions for your examination, but to get topic by topic breakdown of all the topics set in NECO, check out the Flash Learners YouTube channel. You'll see all your subjects and topics to make you pass without fear or favor. Bintu's inquisitiveness is in sharp contrast with her sister's dash. This is under words and antonyms. Words nearly opposite in meaning. What does it mean to be inquisitive? It simply means to be curious about something, to be eager to know something. This means Bintu is someone who is always eager to know something. She is curious. And this is in sharp contrast with her sister's dash. So, what is the opposite of inquisitiveness? A. Indifference. B. Noisiness. C. Calmness. And D. Dullness. If inquisitiveness means to be eager or curious about something, the opposite should simply mean not curious or eager to know something, or lack of interest, lack of attention about something. Looking at option A, B, C, and D, the opposite of inquisitiveness is simply indifference. While Bintu is inquisitive, her sister is indifferent. So she shows lack of interest or concern about something. One takeaway from this question is that the opposite of inquisitiveness is indifference, not noisiness. Because if you are inquisitive, it doesn't mean you are too quiet or too silent. So the opposite should not be noisiness. It is not calmness. Being inquisitive doesn't mean you are not calm. And it is not dullness, because being inquisitive doesn't necessarily mean that you are intelligent. Therefore, indifference is the most appropriate option. So option A is correct. If I said his extravagance is in sharp contrast with dash, Bintu's extravagance is in sharp contrast with her sister's dash. In that case, frugality can work. His affluence contrasts with his brother's dash. Penury, because affluence means to have enough. Then the opposite of convocation is matriculation. You have a lot of questions on contrast or words and opposite. Now let's see another one here. This is Halima likes to dwell on trivia matters rather than dash matters. Halima likes to dwell on trivia rather than dash matters. Now, trivia matters, or when something is trivia, it simply means unimportant or jokes. It doesn't add up. And there are so many persons who like to dwell on trivia matters, things that are not important or things that don't add up. If you are that kind of person, then you are like Halima, who likes to dwell on trivia dash rather than dash matters. Is it rather than strong matters, popular matters, weighty matters, or heavy matters? Weighty matters is the opposite of trivia matters. Now, not heavy matters. Not popular matters and not strong matters. Weighty is the most appropriate. Weighty matters meaning things that matter. Matters that are very, very important, not unimportant issues, not jokes. Making option C the most appropriate option. Then here says, we all know that Bola is insolent, whereas Ade is dash. Bola is insolent. Insolent simply means disrespectful, rude. That is the meaning of insolence, lack of respect. So, if Bola is insolent, then Ade should be opposite of Bola. So, Ade's insolence should contrast with Bola's respectfulness, which means we all know that Bola is insolent, whereas Ade is respectful. If Bola doesn't respect anybody, if Bola is rude, if Bola has disrespect, then Ade should be respectful to be the opposite or the nearly opposite in meaning to insolent. After a few days after Musa's dash, his sister longed for his departure. Now, departure means to leave. Now, what is the opposite of departure? This one is simple. It is simply arrival. So, a few days after Musa's arrival, his sister longed for his departure. Musa must be very troublesome because you just arrived and people are already wishing that you should go back. So, he must have problems with his sister. But looking at this question, arrival is the most appropriate. Algebra seems complicated, but with practice, it becomes dash. Algebra seems complicated, but with practice, it becomes dash. Algebra is a branch of mathematics. Now, for it to seem complicated simply means it seems difficult at first, but with practice, it becomes simple, not solved, because I'm not talking about a one question, not accessible and not achievable. It gets simple with time, and that is true. With constant practice, mathematics gets simpler. Mrs. Agide is unassuming, whereas her twin sister is dash. To be unassuming means not wanting to draw attention, or to be humble, to be calm. You are not assuming, you are not pompous. The opposite is boastful. Mr. Agide is unassuming, whereas her sister is boastful. So this contrasts with her sister's behavior. Then here is under sentence interpretation. We are to interpret this sentence. This is, can you imagine Oka behaving as if he has all the knowledge in this world? Now it happens. When you see some persons behave, they behave as if they have all the knowledge in this world, or all the money in this world, or all the food in this world. So this is simply a process of hyping something. It means he's behaving as if he knows everything. In fact, he knows more than we imagine. Therefore, the best interpretation is, this means that Oka knows so much than we think, as if he has all the knowledge. Option A does not really know everything. B knows so much than we think. C is admired by everyone. D respects other people. To have all the knowledge in the world, it simply means to know so much than we think. It doesn't mean does not really know anything. In fact, this is in contrast to what we are interpreting. It doesn't mean he is admired by everybody, and it doesn't mean he respects other people. Akin is too full of himself. This means that Akin is too proud. He is pompous. I admire Modu. Very few people can stomach all Adaze's insults. I admire Modu. Very few people can stomach all Adaze's insults. This means that to stomach someone's insult, it means to tolerate insult. So only Modu could tolerate Adaze's insult. This is why the writer admires Modu. To stomach insult or to stomach something or to stomach behavior. It simply means to tolerate insults as seen in option A. Had he confessed much earlier, she would have trusted him. This simply means he did not confess earlier and she did not trust him. Look at it. Had he confessed earlier, it simply means he did not confess earlier. The second part, she would have trusted him. She would have trusted him simply means she did not trust him. So, she did not trust him because he did not confess in the past. If he had confessed in the past, she would have trusted him. Option A. This means that he had confessed earlier, but he wasn't trusted. No. Had he confessed earlier simply means he did not confess earlier. He wasn't trusted. Yes, he wasn't trusted. It's correct. But the first part of this sentence is wrong. Because the first part says he has confessed earlier. Meanwhile, he did not confess earlier. B says this means that he had confessed much earlier on and he was trusted. B is even in contrast to what we are talking about. Because the sentence says, had he confessed earlier, meaning he did not confess earlier. She would have trusted him, meaning she did not trust him. So option B is out of point. Option C says he hadn't confessed much earlier on and he was trusted. See, the first part is correct, but the second part is wrong. Because the second part here says he was trusted. But in the sentence, he wasn't trusted. Then option D, he hadn't confessed earlier on and he wasn't trusted. Correct. He did not confess earlier on, true. And he wasn't trusted, true. So in option D, both parts are correct. You need the one that most interprets the statement. Then here, words and synonyms. Words nearest in meaning. The politician is a fluent speaker. Fluent means to express yourself well in a particular language. If you can express yourself very well in French, then you are fluent in French or you are proficient. If you can express yourself very well in English, then you are fluent in English, especially in speaking in public. You can come here and teach English. You are fluent. Now, A, an eloquent. B, a superficial. C, an insightful. And D, a persuasive. The word nearest in meaning to fluent is eloquent. If you are a Christian, you see where when God was about to send Moses, was it Moses? Yes. And he said, God, you know that I am not eloquent in speech, meaning I am not fluent. So eloquent, fluent is nearest in meaning. Everyone has the urge to succeed in life. Everyone has the desire to succeed in life. Urge simply means strong desire to achieve something. So even you have strong desire to pass your examination. So you have urge to pass your exam. David is not only hardworking, but also scrupulous. Scrupulous means to be careful, to pay attention to details. So the synonym is painstakingly. So to do something with much attention, with more effort, with much patience. I think that his essay is impeccable. Impeccable means perfect, flawless, faultless. I think his essay is impeccable. It simply means I think his essay is faultless. Every one of the students dash to be excited about the examination. Every one of the students simply means the students are acting as one. So if they're acting as one, then the verb to be used must be singular. Every one of the students seems to be excited about the excursion since they are acting as one. Then this is under question tag. We should assist the poor. The rule of question tag is simple. When you have a positive statement, you simply use a negative question tag. Since the statement is positive, should, the question tag should simply have shouldn't. which is the negative form of should. If the statement is can, the question tag should be can't. If the statement is negative, like I shouldn't, then the question tag should be should I. That is how it works. We should assist the poor. Question tag, shouldn't we? Making option C the right option. Either he or you have to clean up the mess. This is under proximity concord. When you have two subjects, either he or you, the verb we have to take the form of the one closest to it. So you is closest to the verb. It will simply be you have. If he were closer to the verb, then it would have taken a singular verb, had or he has. So either he or you have to clean the mess. Either he or you are to blame, not is to blame. If Musa had woken up earlier, he would not have missed breakfast. If Musa had woken up earlier, he would not have missed the breakfast. I have heard all that you said. It is correct. It is not I have heard all what you said. That one is wrong. The correct statement should be, or the correct sentence should be, I have heard all that you said. At the last minute, Amidu backs back out of the plan. To back out of plan simply means to say you are not doing again. You decide not to participate. You've slide your friends, so you've backed out. There are a lot of persons like that. After discussing or making plans, they simply call you that they are not doing again. You begin to wonder, why? Why did you say this before? So that is the meaning of back out of plan. So this is under emphatic stress. Emphatic stress is simple. Any word that is stressed should not repeat in the sentence. And every other word should remain. Don't change any other thing. For example, wood is cheap in the south this year. This year is emphasized. Now, why do we emphasize words? This is to show that, or to avoid misinterpretation. Look at the option. A says, is cassava cheap in the south? B says, is wood expensive in the south this year? C, is wood cheap in the north this year? And D, is wood cheap in the south every year? Looking at option A, B, C, and D, which one of the options do you think will make somebody emphasize on this? It is simply option D. Someone says, is wood cheap in the south every year? You simply get angry. I did not say every year. I said wood is cheap in the south this year. This, not every, this. Right? And option C, there is this. Option B, there is this. So they are wrong. Now, option A is wrong because we are talking about wood, not cassava. And what is emphasized is this. So, option D carries the vote. Don't worry, if you don't understand, this will make you understand. New students should pay tuition fees. New students. Now, what is emphasized? New. Why is new emphasized? It is to show you that we are not talking about old students. We are not talking about graduates. We are not talking about any other student. We are only concerned about new students. Option A, should new pupils pay tuition fees? We are talking about students, not pupils. And we are talking about new. So new should not repeat. Option B, should all students pay tuition fees? Yes, B is correct. Why? If I say, should all students pay tuition fees, you simply have to emphasize, I did not say old. I said, should new students pay tuition fee? Option C has new. Option D has new. So they are wrong. Then look at this. We have another question tag. Question. Dad requested the driver to open the door. Dad requested the driver to open the door. Driver is emphasized to show that I did not say conductor. I did not say gateman. I said driver. So, Option A, there is driver. Option B, there is driver. Option D, there is driver. Option C, instead of driver, they use gardener, which means if I say, did dad request the gardener to open the door, you have the right to emphasize on driver. I did not say gardener. I said dad requested the driver. Young people are known for their dash, which contrasts with the composure of adults. Young people are known for their dash, which contrasts with the composure of adults. A, scarcity. A, ability. B, instability. C, activity. And D, credibility. Composure means to be stable, to be calm, to carry themselves. But instability is the opposite of composure. Now look at something. When you see young persons coming up, just give them small money. They start misbehaving, shouting anyhow. Then an elder who has 20 times more than the young person has will just be calm and be looking. So this man is experienced. He has seen a lot of things. He has seen life. So he is now stable. He is now composed. But a young person hasn't seen anything, so he is still unstable. This is why wise men will say that what an elder sees while sitting down, a child will not see it, even if he or she climbs the highest or tallest mountain. So, young people are known for their composure. Young people are known for their instability, which contrasts with the composure of adults, making option B the correct option. It is obvious that many people prefer affluence to dash. Affluence means wealth, abundance, to have enough. A lot of persons love affluence. Now, what is the opposite of affluence? It simply means scarcity, which means not having enough, not having in abundance. So the opposite of affluence is not disagreeable, it's not bad or hostile, it's simply scarcity. That is nearly or the most nearly opposite in meaning to affluence. Add that to your personal dictionary. Some workers felt that the terms were amicable. Others thought that they were dash. Now, amicable means friendly. There is Concord. It makes a lot of sense. But hostile is the opposite of amicable, which means unfriendly or harsh. No, while some workers felt that the terms were friendly, they were okay, they were welcoming, others felt that no, this is harsh on us. Some workers felt that the terms were amicable, others felt that it wasn't, it was hostile. Option D is the correct option. Here it says, now that the people of this community are living in comfort, I don't think they want to go back to their days of dash. Comfort means to be living in ease, to be free. There is no pain, no constraints. You are fine, you are calm. So the opposite of comfort is definitely hardship. When you are comfortable, you will not want to go back to your hardship. Because where comfort means state of ease or freedom, hardship means state of unease or state of wanting or state of penury. That doesn't work. After assuring the authorities that he would not escape, the prisoner was released on dash. Now, there is something called release on probation. When you are arrested or you have issue of misconduct or bad behavior, then after being interrogated, you agree that, okay, I will be of good conduct. I won't do this again. Then you'll be given a second chance. But in that case, you'll be released on probation, meaning you're not totally free. They are still keeping track on you. They are still supervising you to see whether you've actually changed. So this person, after assuring authority that he will not escape after being released, he would run, he will be of good conduct, they release him or her on probation under supervision. So probation is the correct answer. He was given a certificate of dash. English proficiency is correct. Proficiency means you are very good at English. After your NECO and WAEC, if you are writing, Then you decide to study abroad maybe after years from now or months from now. Since in Nigeria, English is not our native language. All of us, we have our different languages, which means there is chance that a lot of persons will not be very good at English or fluent when it comes to English language. You'll be given a test like the IELTS test, SAT, TOEFL test to know whether you are good at English. If you actually pass, you'll be given a certificate of English proficiency, not sufficiency, not efficiency or efficacy. Proficiency means you have mastered English. And the four English language skills you must learn are listening in English, speaking in English, writing in English, and reading in English. On hearing the news, he flew off the handle. To flee off the handle or to fly off the handle means to become very, very angry. So on hearing the news, he became very, very angry. Here says he was given the boot by the chairman. This means he was sacked. To be given the boot means to be sacked. Since he left home, he has been trying to find his feet. It means he has been trying to get used to his new situation. To find your feet or to find your food means you are in a new situation or a new place. You have been trying to adjust or to adapt. Look at something. He finds it difficult to put up with her behavior. This means that he finds it dash. If I tell you that, sir, I can't put up with your behavior anymore, it means I cannot tolerate your behavior. Your behavior is too much. I can't tolerate this. I can't take it. Get out. That is what it means to put up. Then the next question says, the government's troop extended the olive branch to the rebels. This means that the government troops were ready for peace. By the time you extend olive branches, it means, this war is enough. It is time to make peace. That is what that means. He was advised to pull himself together. This means he was advised to coordinate himself, to control himself, to keep calm. That is what it means to put yourself together. You got to coordinate, keep calm, relax. The young man quickly paid his debt to save his face. This means that the young man wanted to avoid disgrace. To save face means to avoid disgrace. These questions are under interpretation. You need to save your face, so you need to avoid disgrace, avoid embarrassment. Modu is endowed with great potential. This is under nearest in meaning. To be endowed with great potential means to be gifted. This is a chance of a lifetime. A chance means an opportunity. So you have opportunity to change something. You need to do it now. The professor's explanation of the point was very lucid. To be lucid means the point was very, very clear. In question tag, the rule is simple. When you are given a positive statement, the question tag should be negative. When you are given a negative statement, the question tag should be positive. Look at it. If in a statement you have is, the question tag should be isn't, should. Then should change to shouldn't, or when you have shouldn't, should not, then here should be should. So if there is can't here, this statement, the question tag should be can. If there is can, the question tag should be can. If there is did, here should be didn't. If the statement is didn't, the question tag should be did. So they are usually opposite. Now look at here. After eating all the mangoes, he shouldn't complain of that. He shouldn't, which means the question tag should be should he? He shouldn't complain of stomach ache. Should he? So should he is correct. Option C. Mary did her best. Dash failed to reach the pass mark. Option A. Mary did her best but failed to reach the pass mark. Option B. Mary did her best, however, failed to reach the pass mark. C. Mary did her best, so failed to reach the pass mark. D. Mary did her best, dash failed to reach the pass mark. Now let's look at option C and D. So is used when you have the expected result. If I say Mary did her best, so she passed the exam, it makes a lot of sense, because if she actually did her best, she was supposed, or she is supposed to pass the exam. And is supposed to show a result of passing. Mary did her best and passed. Fine, it's expected. But now, Mary did her best, she failed the exam, which means it is not what we expected. There is a comma. And what actually shows comma in sentence is but. She is beautiful but has bad character. So, as a beautiful girl, we expected that she should have good character, but not good one. Or she came from a very good home, but she has a terrible lifestyle. Coming from a very good home, we expected to have a good lifestyle. Now you are having the opposite. So, but is to show that we didn't get the expected result. Mary did her best, but failed to reach the pass mark. These properties are dash. They are up for sale. If you are selling this, you simply say they are up for sale. My phone is up for sale. This guy is up for sale. The bird is up for sale. Not up on sale or down on sale. The best is up for sale. I have always preferred unripe plantain to yam. You prefer to, you don't prefer down, or you don't prefer for, or prefer from. I prefer A to B, not I prefer A than B, or I prefer A more than B. Those are wrong statements. Give it to Aminata. It is hers. Okay, this is showing possession. It is her own, hers. Yeah. Neither Jack nor G dash there yesterday. Now, neither. This is under Concord. Agreement in a sentence. If I give you a sentence, anywhere you see neither, it should be followed by nor. And anytime you see either, it should be followed by or. Either and neither are usually used for two things or two items. If I give you A and B and I say neither A nor B, it simply means out of A and B, we are not choosing any of them. We are not choosing any of them. But if I say either A or B, it simply means we can either take A and leave B, or leave A and take B. One of them is going to work. That is the difference between either and neither. And they are both used to talk about two stuffs. Now, the next question says, Bakari can lift this heavy log. Can. This is under question tag. The statement has can, which means the question tag should be can't. Can, can't. Bakari can lift this heavy log. Can't he? So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of NECO English likely questions for your examination. I hope you found this helpful. Feel free to let me know how you feel using the comment box. Check out Flash Learners for more amazing videos to help you pass. Thank you and have a wonderful day.